What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I am in an exceedingly good mood because the lovely folks over at the Transformers TCG have given me an exclusive reveal to do. We did some of these for Wave 2, they were wonderful, I was worried they might be over. We've got another one today. It is coming in the Devastator deck, and we're talking about Reclaim. You see, the Devastator deck comes with the 6 character cards you need to make Devastator. And there are 5 battle cards that are exclusive to this deck. We previously saw Constructicon Enigma. Pretty important, right? You need the Enigma card to make the Combiner. But we didn't actually know what the other 4 were. Well, the lovely folks over at the Transformers Towers, I imagine that's where they are, must be what the building's called, they have decided to give the reveals to the community again, so you should already have seen reveals by the lovely folks at Vector Sigma and the lovely Landon over at TCG Rollout. Links in the description. Make sure you click those links, guys. Give them some love. And in about 2 hours from when I post this, which will be 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the lovely folks over at Wreck and Roll are going to be showing you the final one. But today, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk about Reclaim. It is a battle card, it is an action card, it has a blue icon, which is nice if you're going a bit defensive. And it reads, put an upgrade from your scrap pile on top of your deck. If your tower is 3 or higher, draw a card. It gets your upgrades back. Because of course, if you put an upgrade from your scrap pile on top of your deck, and then draw a card, it might as well read, hey, go grab an upgrade from your discard pile and put it in your hand. And there are some upgrades for which this is extremely good. But we need to go back just for a moment and actually remind ourselves what all this tower stuff is about. So Scrapper is the Constructicon foreman. At the start of the game, because you start in alt mode, you put your tower tracker into your KO area with 1 height counter on it. Okay, now this is a new mechanic which is coming out in the Devastator deck. It is a Devastator thing. And essentially you have a tower tracker. And there are certain things that kick in when your tower gets to a certain height. So it starts off as a height of 1, but then your other Constructicons can help you to build it up. So Scrapper, when you are in bot mode, and this or one of your other Constructicons is KO'd, and that is when Scrapper is in bot mode on the field or in the KO area, either is fine, you put a height counter on your tower. And then the rest of them, all the other 5 have the same skill. When you attack in alt mode, you may scrap a card from your hand and put 1 height counter onto your tower. So as long as you can build it up to 3, and that's basically 2 attacks in alt mode, or 2 of them getting KO'd when you've got Scrapper in bot mode, which doesn't seem like the hardest thing ever, then all of a sudden Reclaim does its thing. Incidentally, Constructicon Enigma will also help you to build up your tower. If you've got Devastator on the battlefield, you repair 1 damage from him, then put a height counter onto your tower. Cool. And if we have a quick look at Devastator here, because of course, that really is the main part of the deck. Just to give, I did a proper video about him, I'll link that in the description. But essentially, when you combine him, you repair an amount of damage equal to the height of your tower. If your tower is 6 or higher, you get bold 2. And if it's 10 or higher, then your base attack goes from 6 to 10. So it's all about this tower mechanic. And we expected that the other exclusive battle cards would have something to do with the tower mechanic, and Reclaim has not left us disappointed, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we don't know what the best way to play Devastator is until we really start playing around and testing him. As for the blue icon, it's good if you want to go for a defensive build. The thing is, Devastator seems like more of an attacking character. Certainly the skills, when your tower is 6 or higher, you get bold 2. And when your tower is 10 or higher, you end up with a base attack of 10. And if it's 10 or higher, it must be at 6 or higher. Logically, that makes sense. So you end up with a 10 attack character with bold 2, that does make me lean towards attacking. But then again, the counter argument to that is, yeah, but if you're that naturally good at attacking, surely you should then be putting some battle icons into defending, and then you can have a genuinely balanced deck. And the answer is, yeah, actually they're both good options. We're just going to have to test it and see how it works out. So back to Reclaim properly then. Reclaim basically says, pick up an upgrade from your scrap pile. That's essentially what you do. If your tower is only at 1 or 2, then you just put it on top of your deck and draw it later. But the vast majority of the time, I mean, I've shown you how to build a tower. That incidentally was an important part of this deck that needed to be explained in this video. I've shown you how to build a tower, at least as far as we know. And you should be thinking at this stage, like I am, yeah, you'll be at 3 most of the time. So when I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, hang on a second, you're bringing all of these upgrades back when you want them, the first thing that comes to mind for me are the upgrades that fall off. So one of the best and most popular upgrades from Wave 1 was Grenade Launcher. Grenade Launcher gives you +4 attack, but then you scrap it when you attack. It's phenomenal. It is the best pure increasing your attack upgrade we've got. And because it's so gosh darn good, it falls off when you use it. But the great news is that when you play Reclaim here, you just get it right back. And if your tower's at 3 or higher, which it really should be, it goes essentially into your hand, which means that you can attach it straight away. So Reclaim essentially could turn into a 4th grenade launcher. Because here's the thing, right? You can always play New Designs. New Designs allows you to attach an extra upgrade. But that's not the same. Because it's not about attaching an extra upgrade. It is about having a 4th grenade launcher. Being easy to find. New Designs, you've got to have grenade launcher in your hand. Whereas here, you've got to have grenade launcher in your discard pile, and then Reclaim will get it back out again, and you can play it immediately, and that's awesome. It's not the only one, of course. We have got Blast Shield, which is also in Wave 1, which gives you +2 defense, and after you defend, you scrap this card. Or in Wave 2, we've got Evasive Maneuvers that gives you Tough 3, flip 3 more battle cards when defending, and again, when you have finished defending, you scrap this card, it goes away. But you know at this stage, if you've watched a few of my videos, I'm going to mention Force Field. Force Field is probably my favourite use for this. It's an upgrade armor with a white icon, which we like, and if you would take 5 or more damage, it goes to the scrap pile, and you only take 4 damage. And look, your opponent's going to try and get rid of it with stuff like Ramming Speed, but here's the thing. Whether it was discarded with something like Ramming Speed, whether it just went away when you took too much damage, that's fine. You can get it back with Reclaim. You can quite literally reclaim it. Yeah, this card was not named by accident. It's got a very appropriate name. And the thing is, if we go back to all of these Constructicons, it's not like they're the biggest, beefiest, longest lasting characters ever. And in fact, Scavenger will be saved by a Force Field. It's got 5 health. With a Force Field, you will guarantee to survive any hit. Without it, you're probably not. Now, sadly, Bone Crusher only has 4 health, so even if you put a Force Field on there, it will lower the damage to 4 and you'll be KO'd anyway, and that'll be just a little bit sad. But here you can make sure you've got it. And look, it's a combiner. When you combine into Devastator, you take the combined damage from all of your Constructicons onto Devastator. So if you can save a little bit of damage, then when Devastator makes it out, hopefully he does make it out, there's no guarantee, but hopefully he comes out, and when he does come out, you're a little bit safer than you were because you've got that little bit less damage on you. The other thing I really like here is the superior upgrades. So this is the card Tech Research, which has got a green icon, meaning if you flip it while attacking or defending, you can scrap a card from your hand and pick it up. Essentially, swap a card from your hand for it at the conclusion of the battle. And Tech Research does nothing in and of itself. But it does allow you to play Superior Cannon, which gives you Bold 4, which is nuts. Superior Plating, which gives you Tough 4, which is nuts. Remember, evasive maneuvers gave you tough 3, and you had to scrap it at the end of your turn because it was too good. And superior jetpack, which gives you Pierce 4. The problem is, Tech Research has a green icon, meaning that you're always going to get it because either you draw into it, or you scrap it while attacking or defending and get it back using the green icon. But these other upgrades don't have a green icon, which means if you flip them while attacking or defending, you flip them while attacking or defending. Either you draw them and you can play them, or you flip them while attacking or defending and you can't. And bearing in mind you draw 1 card for your turn, and then flip at least 2 while attacking and at least 2 while defending, you're more likely to scrap it while attacking or defending than you are to actually draw into it, which makes this combo really awkward. Until you have Reclaim. Now, Reclaim could also be scrapped while attacking or defending, but it gives you another chance. If you really want that superior cannon to give yourself Bold 4, now Tech Research has got a green icon, and you can either draw into superior cannon, or you can draw into Reclaim after having scrapped superior cannon. And this is the other great use I see for Reclaim. You can use it to get any of your upgrades back, but I really do think it's the ones that only work for 1 turn, which can then be recycled with this, and the superior upgrades, which can be hard to get in hand with Tech Research, and this just makes it that little bit easier. No, it's not as good as Jetfire, which allows you to attach an armor or utility from your scrap pile. And no, it's not as good as Hunker Down, which allows you to attach an armor to each of your tanks after flipping into tank mode from your scrap pile. But in terms of getting these cards back, in terms of giving yourself extra consistency, in terms of reusing cards or finding them more easily, I am a big fan of this card, and I think it could be an awful lot of fun. So there we go. Do make sure you check out the reveals from Vector Sigma, TCG Rollout, and Wreck and Rule, because that's how you're going to find out about all 4 of these exclusive cards from the Devastator deck. And if people are revealing these cards, you know my theory on it. Let's give them a little bit of love, can we? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where we talk Transformers and other games. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.